Hey everybody, how are you? It's Audrey. So excited to be back with another process video. Today I'm going to share a scrapbook page with you using the brand new Gina K Designs stamp and foil system. So we have the stamps, which are to the right. We have the foil mates, which are the butterfly wings, and the foil and the dies. And there are some examples of some butterflies that I have already made. So I have already started this process. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the stamps and I'm inking them up with some of the Gina K inks. And you're going to get a lot of shots in my head here because I'm leaning over to make sure my stamp is lining up. And I am just lining up the stamp over the butterfly foil mates. And there are 3 different butterflies, and then 3 different whole butterflies, and then kind of like the side view of a butterfly, so kind of like a half of a wing there. And I'm just using some of the different color inks. I wanted to kind of mix it up. I had been playing with the different color combinations. And the foils I have up there at the top are 3 brand new colors. I think it's called Brilliant Blue, Dazzling Orange, and Twinkling Pink. So the blue, orange, and pink. So again, I'm just kind of doing a different combination of colors here and stamping over all of these butterfly wings. You could also stamp in black too, and I did do a couple in black because the foil, wherever the black is that you see right now on these foil mate sheets, that's what part is going to be foiled. So if you stamped in black, you may not see the black details at first, but when you foil over it, only the details will get foiled. So now I am using the dies, and the dies fit perfectly over the stamped and printed images. And I'm going to cut all those out. And now I'm going to just foil them. So I have the 3 different color foils, and I'm just kind of dividing up the butterflies here by different colors because I wanted different color combinations. You know, I want an orange background with blue wings. I want an orange background with pink wings and orange on orange. So I'm kind of dividing up all the different colors and just cutting my foil to size. Now, it does help if you, I did not do this, but it does help if you put a piece of cardstock or something behind to help just make this a little bit more sturdy. I kind of risked it here and just put them right in like this, right into the laminator. So obviously this is sped up, but they're going through the laminator, and which has been warming up for a little while. And this is the magical part. I love this part. So you take them off, you can already see. I do let them cool a little bit, but sometimes I get so impatient. And look at how gorgeous those are. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And these foil so perfectly. Beautiful. I love the pink, or not the pink, the pink and the green butterfly, one of my favorites. And the blue and the orange are my favorites too. So now I have all these colors. And there's one you can see I stamped with black. A couple I stamped with black. So here's my picture. I have a photo of my little guy with some butterflies on him. And I know butterflies tend to be used on kind of girly pages. And I had obviously this photo of my little guy with some butterflies, and I didn't want to make it too girly. So I actually picked a scrapbook collection that is boy themed, and it's by Coco Vanilla. I believe it's called You Rock. And I thought that I'm going to make these butterflies and these boy themes work together. So I started picking some of the butterfly combinations that I felt matched the papers that I was going to use. So I had done some of the butterflies with green ink and yellow ink, but I did not feel that those were reflected in this collection, in the scrapbook collection. So I'm going to stick with mostly the blue and orange and black and a little bit of purplish in there, purple pink in there to, you know, as a little bit of a contrast color. And honestly, like, I know some people might be against using pink on a boy page. It does not bother me at all. I use pink often on my son's pages. And you don't even really see the pink. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think that the design and the mixed media look just totally don't even make it look girly at all with the pink. So now I obviously have, you know, the butterflies are going to be the main embellishment here, and I really want them to stick out. And it's really hard to see in this view just because of the way my desk is set up and it's so flat. You really don't get to see the shimmer much, but I'll show you the close-up photos at the end. And every now and then you'll see the reflection off of the foiled part, but they're just so much more beautiful in person. So I've layered some pattern papers behind the photo. I took a kind of a whitish print, just something with a little bit of interest to put behind the photo, and then a darker blue to kind of frame that photo a little bit better. And I'm picking out some other embellishments here. I felt that there were so many butterflies, I really needed to do something to make the photo stand out a little bit more. So picking frame shapes I think would help anchor that. So I picked that little wood grain one. And I picked this little banner to the left. It says everything is better when you're laughing, which is so cute. Bringing in some of that craft color as well. Some arrows. I always try to put the arrows in the direction of my photo so that the arrows are pointing at the photo, because I think that helps draw your eye to the photo instead of necessarily the design on the page. And this little tag that says captured, I thought had a double meaning because, you know, you capture butterflies and I captured this picture. So I thought that was appropriate for this page. And I love papers like this that you don't have to do a lot to, and you know, it already has that mixed media look on the background, so you don't really have to do a lot to it because it's already got the look. However, I wanted to bring some more of that mixed media in behind my photo. So I'm going to take a few colors of spray mist here. This is, I believe, Highly Swap Color Shine in teal, and I think I used some sea foam. And I'm just going to kind of, I'm trying to match a little bit the colors in the corners. And I'm using a little bit of the mustard yellow because there's a little bit of mustard yellow there. And just a tiny, tiny bit. And when you overlap that, it does kind of make that kind of a little bit more teal color. And, you know, some of this gets covered up by the butterflies and other things, photo and stuff. So you don't, it looks like a big blob right now, but most of it gets covered with the embellishments and things. And I added other splatters on there because I like the design to look continuous. I don't want it to look like I added more mixed media on afterwards. I want it to look like it was part of the page. So I think that those colors do that. So I'm going to layer this photo on these mats and glue them down. I always use my mixed media liquid adhesive for everything I do. I just love that glue so much. It dries fast and it just adheres. And once you put it down, it's down. I did find another chipboard frame that's still that wood grain color, and I put that in the bottom left corner of the photo. Now I'm going to start adding my butterflies back in, and I often do this to myself. You know, I lay the whole thing out before I glue anything down, and then I take it off because I decide I want to add mixed media on, and then I can never get them back exactly the way I had them, but you know, it ends up just fine at the end. It might be a little bit different than I originally had it arranged, but it's fine. So I'm trying to fit this banner in there too, and I keep taking it in and out, and I'm like, I don't know if I like the little banner phrase, but I just thought the phrase was so cute, and I wanted to put it in there to kind of break up the butterflies a little bit. Because these are a lot of butterflies. But you know, I really wanted to highlight these because they are so fun to make, and they're just so awesome, and they just make absolutely gorgeous embellishments. So in addition to the butterflies, there is also a birthday set of the Stampin' Foil with some birthday cakes and some little phrases, which are super cute. And then a kind of a flourish, or not flourish, but flowers and leaves set, which I can't wait to get my hands on that one too, because that's beautiful too. And you can go check out the blog, the Therm blog, maybe even on some on the YouTube channel, and see those other Stampin' Foil sets as well. Okay, so I play around with those butterflies a little bit more. Now here's another thing I often use on my scrapbook pages. These are the mixed media sheets, and they are a lightweight sheet. They're kind of like an interfacing. They come in two weights. There's a lightweight and a heavyweight. This is the lightweight sheet, and I love to tear them and use them as a soft layer behind my photos because it softens up the edge of the photo, I think, and the things around the edge of the photo, and I think it definitely helps make the photo stand out a lot more. I'm also using the 3D foam adhesive strips to give my photo some dimension off of the background, and I love the strips because you can cut them to size. And then the 3D foam squares to pop up some of the butterflies. So lots of Therm goodies on here today. But I always use these adhesives. I don't you know, these are my go-to adhesives. I've come to love them so much. I had made so many of these color combinations, and I mean, obviously the combinations are pretty much endless, but I was trying, it was a little hard because I'm trying to balance the color distribution. You know, I want an orange on the left and an orange on the right and a blue on the left and right, and so I'm trying to make sure that they're all scattered equally around. I think my favorite one is the one I'm putting on right now with the light blue stamp and the orange foil. That is just, the contrast in that is just so pretty. Okay, so, and I also, it's hard to tell, but you can see it a little bit in the close-up too. Some of the bigger butterflies that are on top, I did bend the wings a little bit to give them a little bit more dimension, to kind of look like that they were, you know, flapping up from the scrapbook page. Like I said, it's hard to see here, but they are folded up a little bit, and I just love the dimension and depth that that can add to a page. I decided to add a little bit more contrast behind my photo, so I took some tiny black strips of paper too, just because he was getting lost a little bit, and I do like to have my scrapbook pages, you know, really focus on the photos. So again, just adding a little bit more contrast, I think, made it stand off. I tried these little black pluses, but it was not working, I didn't think. So I went with the black enamel dots instead of the plus shapes. And I had to bring that black in there because there wasn't much black on the paper, but I had the butterflies that were stamped in black. And so I think adding the black behind the photo, the pieces of paper there, and then the black enamel dots really helped bring in some more of that black. And I think most butterflies have black on them. Well, yeah, I would say most butterflies have black on them. So I think it's good to add a little bit of black in there. Speaking of black, to kind of pick up on the enamel dots, just this last little bit here, I decided to add some washi tape to the top and the bottom, and it kind of gives it a little bit more, you know, mixed media look, and then just a little piece on my the top and the bottom of my photo. So I just decided to title this Hello Butterflies, and that is about it. Add that for my title, a couple other stickers, and I added in my journaling. So here's the finished product. I just love how this came out. Super easy to embellish with these stamp and foil shapes. And you can see that beautiful shimmer there. Oh, I forgot to mention I stitched over the butterfly centers too and added those down. And look at that purple and blue one. I love that one too. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to go check out all the new releases from Therm on the blog, and have a great day.